Hello BTTM3020 class. Today we will be looking at enablers and disablers of successful technology innovations. The two products that we'll be looking at today are the Microsoft Zune and the PlayStation 2. The Microsoft Zune was Microsoft's attempt at a portable music player. This technology had been around, especially in the iPod, for the last 5 years or so before the Zune came out. And the first disabler to this technology was the bad marketing strategy on the part of Microsoft. They tried to push it to a group of people that wanted to break the norm of everybody having iPods and forward thinkers and people who wanted to be fresh. And this obviously backfired because everybody was already using the iPod. The next disabler for the Zune was that there was no real incentive to purchase the Zune over the iPod or some other technology because there was no real price difference. So anybody coming into the store to buy either the Zune or the iPod was the choice because there was already products available for the iPod and there was no price cut if you got the Zune. So you were paying the same price either way, except you knew that there was value behind the iPod. The next was the market share. The iPod already had 80% of the market share for portable music devices. So when the Zune came out, there was no way they could get an edge because they didn't have good marketing strategy, and there was no incentive for people to buy the Zune versus the iPod that was already out there and that people were already creating accessories and attachments and other technologies around. And so these are the three biggest things, in my opinion, that caused the Zune to ultimately fail. Now, on the other end of the spectrum was the PlayStation 2, which was a wildly successful video game console. Now, the factors that enabled this console to be so successful was, the first thing is that it hit the market first, before the Nintendo GameCube and the Microsoft Xbox that came out, that were the rival consoles. It came out almost a year and a half before the other two came out, which means people were able to pick the PS2 up, and once the other two consoles came out, nobody had too much incentive to buy them because everybody already had the PS2. The next thing was that the original PlayStation was such a massive success that once the PS2 came out, they were able to build off that success. The wheels were already turning, and they were able to capitalize on how much of a success the original PlayStation was. And the third thing was that the technology in the PS2 was superior than anything out on the market at the time. Specifically, the DVD player incorporated into it. You were looking at spending, $200 on a DVD player, but in contrast, the PS2 was $300 with the DVD player built into it. So it was almost a no-brainer for families with children because you get a video game console for your kids, but you're also getting a DVD player and an entertainment system for the whole family at the same time. So between hitting the market first, having better technology, and having such a successful predecessor, people trusted that the PlayStation 2 was going to be a success because they trusted the company from what they've already put out before. All of this goes to show that the right ideas, the right timing, the right price point, having market share, having advancements in technology, and ultimately the trust of your client base is essential in innovating ideas and creating successful products.